What is going on, folks? Your friendly neighborhood doctor, LOIN here, finally coming at you with more Rust content, and today's going to be a little bit different. So, if you don't enjoy post-commentary update video style content, I do apologize, although I'm sure there's something here for you. Whether or not it seems like it, there's probably something in this video that is for you specifically, so I hope you do stick around until the end and listen to what I have to say. If not, it's all good. See you in the next one. So first and foremost, I want to say thank you, yet again. We just hit 23,000 subscribers and we're already soaring past it. That is freaking amazing. I honestly never thought that I would see that, at least in a tangible amount of time from when I first started doing this, because everything works so slowly when you first start out. And that's the reason that I attribute so much credit to the initial supporters of the channel. Whether it was people that added me on Steam and helped me build bases and grind for materials to raid people in Rust Legacy, or the people that helped me start out when I was first doing New Rust, or the Smoking Cheddar, or anyone like that. Thank you all so much for being there and helping this channel become what it was, because if you weren't ever there, it's in all likelihood that this channel never would have got to the point that it's at now. And it seems like we've got so far to go, but there's so much potential, so many possibilities, and I just feel incredibly blessed to have so many of you from so many different diverse countries that all speak different languages and have different cultures supporting me in basically doing whatever I want to do. That's amazing. That's something that most people will never have in life, and no matter how hard it can be or how much of a dick YouTube can be in its own right, because trust me, it's not easy. It's much harder than it seems. I can't be mad, you know? I can't be disappointed. I really need to be more humble, I guess, and not expect as much and ask for less. So all I can do is say thank you, although unfortunately when it comes to a person-to-person basis, it's pretty much impossible for me to give, some sort of token of gratitude to 23,000 some odd people and counting that are all from around different parts of the globe. That's basically just impossible. So a lot of you will never see a personal token of my gratitude. But then again, all I can really hope that most of you see, or the vast majority of you see, is a decent video every couple days or every day that you really find enjoyable or entertained by, and hopefully a video that comes as a stress relief to you. I mean, that's pretty much the most benevolent thing. I'm no stranger to the real power of this type of content, especially like great people like JonTron and stuff. I mean, there's been countless times when I felt damn near suicidal and I went and watched some JonTron or some angry video game nerd and I felt happy, and that was the last thing on my mind after that, was feeling suicidal. So not to compare myself at all by any means to any of the greats who do this stuff, but if you get that effect from watching my videos, and I really want to know if you do, definitely, leave a reply in the comments telling me yes or no. If you do, then pretty much that's the justification for me existing at this point, Like, oh my gosh, once I was like 6 years old, I just seen that movie Never-Ending Story, and there's like so much talk of destiny, and like the main character's name is Destin and stuff, and me being a little kid, I was all infatuated with the storytelling and the fantasy of it, and I ended up asking my dad, what do you think my destiny is? And he told me simply to be a good person. And at the time I was young, I was like, that's not exciting, that's not adventurous. But now that I think back, that's actually probably a good path to take. I mean, it's simple, kind of vague, but if me doing this is me being a good person in one form or another, then it's me living up to my destiny, and I couldn't be doing it without you. So once again, thank you so much. Just a quick reminder too, if you were unaware of the last giveaway that I did at 20k subs, we gave away like $600 or $700 worth of stuff, roughly. I mean, most of it was concentrated in the graphics card, and then there was a bunch of random product keys and different games besides that, but it was still like a pretty significant like monetary amount or whatever. Not that it was about the stuff and how expensive it was about giving it away as a token of gratitude. But yeah, I guess what I'm trying to say here is I can't promise you that future giveaways will be nearly as grandiose as that one, but you should definitely stay tuned for more of them if that's your sort of thing, especially if you missed out on the last one, because I try and do them as often as I can. And obviously I will do, mini giveaways for specific games and stuff when I get a chance. Like I did that for Wild Terra, and I'll do that for pretty much anything else that I can pull it off with in the future. It's definitely not going to happen all the time, but stay tuned and you might get lucky at some point. And in other news behind the scenes, which you may or may not find interesting, I am actually about to move to a new place soon, which is going to be awesome. It's going to be my own place, at least for like a year. I don't know what I'm doing after that, and honestly, I don't even want to think about what I'm doing after that until I have to think about it. My point, though, is there might be a couple days without uploads because I'm busy moving, so if it happens, bear with me. If it doesn't happen, then I'm a good YouTuber, right? Right? Come on. Come on. Anyways, there's not really much else I wanted to mention besides, once again, a resounding thank you for the vast amount of support, humbling amount of support recently. I'm trying really hard to branch out to other types of content because that is really what's going to make or break the longevity of this channel. I have to be able to do other things and be successful with them into the future if I want to stick around on YouTube, period, because I don't just want to do Rust all the time. I know that most of you are here for Rust, and I'm not going to stop, because I still like Rust. It's a unique game. It's really hard to get anything close to Rust, especially in the sense that it's really beautiful and it's so visceral and so addictive. However, I don't want to waste my entire time that I could be playing a number of games and having multiple different experiences in different realities than just be stuck in Rust all the time, because let's face it, it's gotten really toxic over the years. It's difficult for one thing. I mean, there's tons of grinding involved, it's time consuming, and after a while you get sick of the same stuff over and over again. Not that Rust is a bad game by any means. At one point or another, I had to make it kind of readily apparent that I need to start diversifying more. And I'm trying really hard to do that. And I might have to, quote unquote, condition the channel to start, showing up in search and stuff like that for this other type of content. But, as long as you guys ultimately support it, those of you who do. So all I can hope to do is make decent content. I'm still trying to put a lot of effort into it and stuff. So I guess the best way that I could probably end this and try and bring it all into some sort of cohesive, meaningful statement is to bring it back once again to the original subscriber, original supporter idea. But in this context, we're talking about the people that are the first ones to see a video. Now, some of you guys, and don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to play favorites or anything like that, but I simply notice this all the time. There's a few of you who are there on every single freaking video. Doesn't matter what it is, within a day or two or, a week or something like that. You're always there, dropping a comment, being supportive, and even if you're, kind of trolling a little bit or just cracking jokes or being sarcastic, you're still there every single time, being an absolute angel, supporting the content, and literally you are the people that make or break every single video that gets released, because there's a certain set of mathematics in place that determine what people want to watch on YouTube. Or let me put it this way, it's YouTube doing its best to guess what you want to watch before you even know that you want to watch it. And while I can't explain every single little aspect of the algorithm, because let's face it, most of us don't have any clue how it actually works, there's probably tons of variables involved, but some of those variables have to do with how much you engage with the content. And when it's people like you that are some of the first people to see it, you pretty much watch all of it all the time, as far as I can tell. You watch all the way through videos and stuff, and you leave comments and you like the video. Now, once again, I'm not trying to play favorites. I just want to make it understood that in the raw, basic idea of how YouTube works as a search engine and an entertainment platform and an algorithm, that is so meaningful. It is so important. While it may not seem like you guys are actually making that much of a difference when you're doing that, you are making so much of a difference. It's insane. Without you guys, nothing would happen, essentially. And once again, it's not just those of you who always leave a comment. It's just that I always notice those people in particular because they're always leaving comments, and I do read comments, although you'll probably notice I don't respond to them like I used to. The majority of the comments, especially if there's stuff that I've already explained or common questions that I've already answered, I'm not going to respond to, I'm sorry. And especially if it's some really dirty trolling that's trying to suck me into some argument or something like that, I'm just going to ignore it. But do know that I see your presence there, every single one of you, and I can tell that the love is real. I mean, it's pretty overwhelming. I mean, it's such the vast majority of all of you that are supportive and loving, and I feel extremely blessed for that, and I'm going to try and do my best to be as good as I can in return, because that's all I can really, that's all I can promise. So kudos to you guys. I just want to emphasize the fact that, beyond the fact that it really makes or breaks the content when you're that initial supporter, I also care about what you guys think, and I do want to hear your opinions on things. I do want to hear your jokes and stuff like that. But most importantly, I want to hear your opinions on where the channel should go next. if something is working or not, or if you really think that something was done right or whatever. I mean, after a certain point, it just becomes nitpicking, and it doesn't really matter if certain steps were taken or certain mistakes were made, because all of us are human, we can't be perfect, but you know what I'm saying. Like, I want commentaries with you guys. I want to stay in touch and understand how you feel about the content and where you think the next voyage on this channel should go, essentially. What we should do next. So, once again, thank you so much. I love you guys, and I hope you all are doing great. Boom. Oh, they have such a shit base. The auto turrets are fucking off, dude. Oh, damn, dude. Oh, damn. Wait, what's the... Holy shit! Holy fuck! Oh... What is going on, folks? Your friendly neighborhood doctor, LOIN here, finally coming at you with more Rust Raids content, and today is the notorious day before the server wipe, so you know what that means. Epic raiding spree, and pretty much our one and only chance to use the vast amount of materials that we've accumulated up until now to pillage the remaining bases on the server before they disappear for good. This particular footage is interesting because it didn't really turn out the way that we expected it to. Our initial plan for this raid was to go and scout the base, get some intel, and figure out where to break in, and then